Developing mastery in any skill is to own the skill. People who developed mastery in their chosen field are called game changers. But before they got to that level, so many untold sacrifices were made. That's why we are here today to discuss the process of attaining mastery in anything we do. My name is Olujoke Hussein. Welcome and thank you for always watching Let's Talk. The topic for today is developing mastery. My guest is Mrs. Modupeola Olatunde. She is a coach and counselor. Please stay with us. Thank you for coming on the show. It's nice having you. So, what is mastery? Give us a build up to self-discovery.
Mastery, as I have here, as a noun, is defined as a great skillfulness and knowledge of some subject or activity. It's an act of subordinating someone, power to dominate or defeat. It depends. Having great skill at something or total dominance over something.
So, what's the way to self-discovery when it comes to mastery?
If you have mastery over in English, you have a mastery of the language. If you win every game of chess, you show a mastery of the game. Mastery is from master, the word master, with someone knowledgeable about a subject. When you're knowledgeable about a subject, about something, mastery, when you have more knowledge, you would see that is why we have special teachers in different subjects. It is what they have mastery over that they teach. You see different coaches place themselves down. I'm a teenager's coach. I'm a serial entrepreneur's coach. You see them define whatever it is. They have mastery over. When you've developed mastery of something, you own that thing. You must have learned the rules inside out and how, and you have the ability as an artist, you create your own rules. You define your rules when you have mastery over it. You don't have to compete with anybody. You have the ability to create a new thing, a new game out of whatever you have mastery over. You become a game changer. When at the point you're with someone over it, you're going through a particular thing with what you have mastery over. When you see the person is becoming competitive or seeing you as a rival, you can change the game because you have mastery over that thing. People with this level of mastery don't compete with others. They make others compete with them. Because at every point in time, when they feel threatened or when they feel someone is competing with them, because they own the game, they change it. Becoming a game changer is something that very few people aspire to. Most people are relatively comfortable being good at whatever it is they do, of paying the bills on. Whatever it is they feel they can, they just relax at the point. Okay, I'm a coach. Whenever I go out to talk to teenagers, I am being applauded. And you just feel because each of your outings or each outing you had, you were being applauded, you were being praised. At that level, you feel you're good. You need to keep learning. When it comes to teenagers' world, there are things you don't even know that they learn every day. So you have to keep learning. You have to have mastery of whatever it is you teach the teenagers. I am talking more using teenagers because I have passion for this set of youths. I have passion for them. I seriously crave for them to be well in the society. I crave for them to become good. So you can see me using the teenagers most often times.
Yeah.
Once you reach a certain level of mastery and you have the creative spirit to change the game, the world entirely. Then you play in the realm of great ideas. Sometimes I use crazy ideas. No one can fathom you. No one can understand you. You hone your game. You have the mastery. It is yours. You control it. You rule it. You would see that. Now let me go into skills. You would see a very good carpenter, a furniture maker, doing wonders with wood. And then you will see the common carpenter not being able to join together smoothly. The difference is one has a perfect knowledge of what he does than the other. You would see a carpenter construct a bed that would look so real as a ship. And you would see another construct a bed that you wouldn't even be able to praise. You would be like, is this a bed? The difference is the mastery each one of them has in the field they have chosen.
All right. Does developing mastery has to do with goal setting?
Yes. Whatever it is you want to do or you want to become, I said earlier, you won't just be comfortable at the pace where you started. To become a game changer is something that very few people aspire to. I said it earlier. Most people are relatively comfortable to have mastery. Whatever it is you do, you must set goals. Whatever it is you knew by January, in whatever field you are, you should aspire to know more in June. You should aspire to know better by December. Then the rate at which you change the game you play as a master, now let me use the word, as a master in your field, would keep going up and would not decline. So it has a lot to do with goal settings.
That's really a nice one. Let's look at the keys to developing mastery. You can just give us some tips on how to develop mastery.
I have here inspire and touch the deepest level of your soul. Just like we said, it has to do with goal settings. You inspire, you touch the deepest. You see me, most often times my husband is like, where are you going to? Why do you have to travel? Why do you have to go far? I don't just stop with what I know already. I keep learning. That is the first one. The second one I have here is you ignore almost everyone around you, particularly those who are competing for the bottom of the barrel. Once you with people that all they do with you is mess you up. Let me use the word. They mess you up. They don't see anything good about what you're doing. They are competing with you. Once your spirit is not comfortable around them, avoid them. Most times when you avoid them and there is any cause to be with them and they still do the same to you, ignore them. Study the craft of those who are truly craftsmen, who are brilliant. In this field that we are, in the field of mastery, we have people that are exceptionally good. Study their way of doing things, the way they speak, the way they teach, what they talk about. Study it. Make them your role model. Make them your mentor. Learn from them. Then begin creating or performing at the level you intend to reach. Just imagine yourself not achieving what you feel you want to achieve. God forbid. Imagine yourself being a failure as a teacher. You wouldn't want that. Now imagine yourself being a success, a celebrity as a teacher, as a doctor, as a business person. Whatever it is you feel you want, begin create and perform at the level you intend to reach. Aspire, create it at the very level you intend to it. Before you ever reach a goal, already have the next mountain on your mind. Just imagine those obstacles already. Imagine it. So when you finally get those obstacles, because you have imagined it, because you've had a view of it in your mind, we know what those obstacles could be sometimes. Because you have imagined it, when it finally comes, you will be able to tackle it easily. Never arrive where you plan to go. You're still planning. Never arrive there without.
I would want you to emphasize more on never arrive at the place you're planning to go. This actually, someone might not really understand what you're saying. I actually also have an idea of what this is, but I want you to please help us explain it better on how we can actually access what you're talking about, or never arrive at your destination or where you're planning to go. What is it all about?
The moment you feel you have arrived is the moment you've lost your edge. The moment you feel, yes, I have arrived, there's a spirit of relaxation about that. The moment you have that spirit of arrival, you go here today, you're being celebrated, you go there tomorrow, you're being celebrated. Then at a point, there is something in your head, you feel, yes, I have arrived. And the last 2-3 weeks, I've had series of programs and the accolades are so many. Yes, 3-4 weeks. It's been from a program to another program, and the praises, the accolades are so many. But deep down inside me, I know I haven't arrived. For the fact that I am doing so well, I know I haven't arrived. I haven't even started. So if I have that knowledge at the back of my mind that I have arrived, then I'm not going to move an edge from where I am. I still have a great impact to make in the lives of young teenagers. Once I feel I have arrived, the spirit of arrival, I don't know if you're not in Nigeria, there is a wrong arrival spirit with Nigerians. Once they hold 2-3 shows and they had it as a great success, then they relax. That is what arriving where you plan to go shouldn't come up. You're planning to go somewhere. Even when you get there, don't see yourself like you have arrived. Aspire to move further. You must never be satisfied with what you have accomplished. You must never be satisfied. Satisfaction is not a room for a good leader. You should never be satisfied with whatever it is you have accomplished. You aspire to get more. You aspire to do more. You aspire to give more. You aspire to impact more. The spirit of arrival should never be part of the plan you have. When you have goals that are so exciting, you no longer have time or interest in distraction. When your goals are so exciting, you see, talking about goals again, you can't even give room to distractions. You don't even have room for distractions. You won't even notice distractions because you have a goal. You have a goal to meet. You have a target. You won't even notice distractions.
Okay, so let's quickly go on this break, and when we come back, we continue from there. I'm sure you're enjoying our guests right now. Stay with us.
Hello everyone, my name is Janet Bablo, and I'm here to talk to you about a show called Let's Talk. Let's Talk is a show on DNT Work, DNTWOK on YouTube. I'd like for you to, watch the show. I've been on the show. The show is educative, it's informative, it's amazing, and it's hosted by the one and only Olujoke Osako. So don't forget to hit the like button, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe.
Okay, if you're just joining us, the program is Let's Talk, and the topic has been developing mastery. And my guest, she has actually been doing so well. Her name is Mrs. Modupeola Olatunde. She is a coach and counselor. So let's continue from where we stopped. As we move further, what are the things one can do to experience a wild level of mastery?
Yes, determine a skill that you want to master. You shouldn't just be master of all, no, jack of all trade, master of none. You should determine a skill that you want to master. Set specific stretch goals on your path to developing that skill. Attach high level of emotion and meaning to your journey and to your result. At any level, don't get distracted. At any level, don't get pissed off. You know, there are these situations in our country that even before you start, you're discouraged already. Before you start, attach a high level of emotion and meaning to your journey and to your result of mastery. Identify the factors critical to success and develop your strength in those areas. Develop your strengths once you have the perfect identification of the factors that are critical to success. Develop visualizations that imagine what success and failures looks like. I love that. When you don't have money at home and there is hunger, you know what it looks like. Then when you have money, you can afford chicken, you can afford snail, you can afford fish, you can afford shawarma, you can afford pizza. You know what it looks like. So develop visualizations that imagine what success and failures looks like. Then you choose what you want. That will help you. Seriously.
How can one's emotion and psychology work together to actually attain mastery? Since you're talking about developing a positive mindset.
Your emotions works alongside with the goals you have set. Your emotions is side by side. You have a goal. So your emotions is working towards it. When you see something that makes you cry, because your goal is, I am not going to cry in the next 6 months. No matter how hard that situation seems, because you've set up, you've made up your mind not to cry. Then you control your emotions. You won't cry no matter how hard. Perhaps in the presence of people, because you have set a goal that you don't want to cry, it will direct, it will help your decision in that line, even towards you crying, towards your emotions. Your emotions and your goals will be side by side. You have a goal, to achieve by June, and you've made up your mind that whatever comes your way, you're not going to cry. Whatever comes your way, because you have a goal you want to achieve. You have a goal you have set. Your emotions is not going to control you, no matter how hard the situation is. Measure your progress and get outside feedback. That is very, very, very important. Let people tell you how much of progress you are having, you achieve. You went to speak somewhere, you went to do something, so ask people, how was my performance compared? I'll tell people to be frank with me. Tell me, don't praise me. In fact, I prefer criticism. Tell me those things that I did, that I spoke about, that are bad. Don't tell me the good ones. I want to hear the bad ones I did. Was my composure, was my comportment, was my speech, was I friends, was my, I make people tell me those things they saw that were bad. The good ones, perhaps I might be able to feel myself, but I'll make sure people tell me those things they feel that were not perfect about me. That is what I'm after, so that I can work towards the perfection. Continue setting higher level goals so that you keep improving. That point keeps coming up. Set higher level goals. Don't just feel I have 2 awards already. I think that's fine. We have people with 10 awards. We have people with 20. They don't have 2 heads. You can set a goal to have more awards, even from the very thing you know how to do. 2 awards is still too small. You get to some people opposite, you're like, wow, this many awards? Yes, because they have perfect mastery over what they do. They are masters. Like I have here, teach others what you are learning. Teach others what you know. Teach others what you have learned. It's a free world for me. I don't hold back. Some people would call me a fool. Some people would tell me I'm daft. I let whatever it is I have, I give it out. It won't take anything away from you. Rather, it will add to you. Once you teach, once you're exhausted, you will want to know more. You will want to know more. You won't just be like a lake. You will be a river that flows. When you keep it to yourself, you're a lake. At a point, you will stink. Give others what you have. Mentor new speakers. You have to have a mentor, then you should have mentees. Yes. While you have mentors, you should have mentees. Finally, don't leave learning. Don't leave learning new skills to a chance. Learn. A friend aunt came from US sometimes, and she came for their mother's burial, and the bag of books she brought were so heavy. And I was like, Auntie, even at over 50, you're still reading? And she said something. She said, Dupe, I will keep learning till I die. That was amazing. We don't do that here in Nigeria. She said, Dupe, I will keep learning till I die. So don't leave learning new skills, mastery to chance. Thank you very much.
Okay, so perhaps someone has been doing all of the things you said. The person, perhaps he or she has gone deep in searching for knowledge, in developing mastery, and yet nothing to show for it. What would be your advice?
Then the person should look for someone that is in the field. Most cases, mentorship is the best way out for such a person. There is no way you are the very first person doing a particular thing. It's not possible. Someone must have done it first. You need that person. Someone must have practiced it to failure. You need that person. In fact, get the person that practiced to failure first. There is no way you have a mentor to put you right, that you won't succeed in whatever it is. Mentorship works. That is the truth. You could have up to 1, you could have up to 2, you could have up to 3, you could have up to 4, you could have up to 10. Some people are lucky. Just 1 is okay for them. But if you have to have as many as possible to achieve your goals, to get to perfection in the world of mastery, then you're free to do it. Mentorship works.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been wonderful having you. And I'm glad to actually have met you. And I want to say that developing mastery is actually the way to go for anything at all that we are doing. Once again, thank you, Ma, for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm humbled. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And to you out there, thank you too for always watching Let's Talk. But before I round it up, I'd like to leave you with this. If you want to develop mastery, you need to be both intrinsically and extrinsically motivated. So says Benjamin Hardy. And as our guest also said, you don't just control the game, you change the game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Until next time, I remain Olujoke Mosako. Bye for now.